EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for April 9th, 2019. For your Tuesday, we're going to have one more day of the milder temperatures before a cold front gets dragged through the region this evening, and then we'll have the colder temperatures follow. That will carry into at least Wednesday, although it will dry out here on Wednesday. Today's not really a wet day, and we're not going to have too much in the way of activity until probably about early to mid-afternoon. We'll see some showers and perhaps thunderstorms firing ahead of the cold front as this system moves up into New York State. There will be a cold front associated with it. Here's your low pressure right here. The cold front's extended back here like this. It's not an especially strong front. It will be with a cold air push behind it, however. But we'll have enough instability and low-level shear present out ahead of this front that if we can get a little bit of warming and convective temperatures are reached out in front of it, mainly in these areas right here, you could have some storms that are going to be on the stronger side. Not severe necessarily, but maybe approaching severe. So you have maybe wind gusts that are 45 miles per hour, thereabouts, something like that. With some of those stronger segments, and it will be a broken segment, not a linear structure coming across the state that you'll be able to see coming for hundreds of miles. And I'll show you that in a second here with an AM high-res future simulated radar. This is looking at 2 p.m. You see some widely scattered activity here at this point, but you get a little bit of a sense of some organization in semi-congealed segments trying to form here. One here in southeast PA, there's another one up here. So you might be embedded within that. There could be a few, again, a little bit more robust storms, if you will, not necessarily severe, but maybe approaching severe limits, just not exceeding. So I don't expect anything from the SPC today, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. See how the sea falls on radar. But this is looking at, starts off at 2 p.m. here. Here is 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Here is 4, here is 5, and here is 6, and finally 7 o'clock. It's moving up the coast. So this is not a long window of storms here before the front moves through. But there is enough of an opportunity of a window there between, say, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 7 p.m. from northwest to southeast in our far eastern areas of Pennsylvania and across portions of northern Delaware and New Jersey especially, to get in at least some thunderstorm activity before that front moves through. Once it does move through, skies clear, become mostly clear overnight, and temperatures will obviously drop, and it will be much colder here on Wednesday behind this front. It will be a partly to mostly sunny day, but much colder temperatures will be stuck in the 50s across the entire region. Lower 50s north, upper 50s south, but definitely in the 50s everywhere here on Wednesday. So it's going to feel a lot colder than it has been, obviously, over the past couple of days. And today's going to be just warm and ahead of this frontal boundary before it gets here. Thursday is going to be a cooler day also, but not quite as cool as Wednesday. I think we're getting back to near average, kind of right around 60 degrees for a high here on Thursday. And we're still partly cloudy with the warm front now off to our north. And then we're going to have a frontal boundary that's going to come in here later in the day here on Friday, bring us a few scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm. On Friday. We'll be milder here on Friday because we're ahead of the cold front here, and winds are going to start changing. Instead of being from the northwest, we're going to be coming in from the south or southwest ahead of this frontal boundary, as it typically does ahead of every cold front, or most cold fronts. So that's going to be on Friday. So there's going to be later in the day on Friday, probably Friday evening is probably a better timeline, maybe late afternoon, early evening. Shower or quick storm moving through with that. And then we get back to Saturday. Most of the weekend looks dry until we get to later in the day on Sunday. I think Saturday's going to be the better 2 days with partly cloudy skies. Still kind of on the mild side until that frontal boundary moves through. And then here is Sunday. We have an increase in clouds Sunday morning. And then during the afternoon and evening, we have this rain moving through. The region could be some decent amounts of rain here going into this on Sunday night into Monday morning. I think this ends pretty quickly, though Monday morning, and the clouds may decrease later in the day depending on what model you look at. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We get a little bit closer, get the fine-tuned details of what's going to go on early next week. But just looks like Saturday's a better of the 2 days on the weekend. Sunday will at least start off dry, but we'll have some showers moving in during the afternoon, maybe evolving into steady and perhaps even heavy rain on Sunday night into early Monday morning before that tapers off. It doesn't look like it's tapering off on Monday morning. Whether it gets sunny later in the day or not is a fine-tuned detail we'll discuss later. And then finally Tuesday, next Tuesday, it looks like we're back to dry conditions once that system pulls away. So a lot of ups and downs like we talked about in yesterday's video, temperature-wise. precipitation kind of every 2 or 3 days here, but nothing really significant. We may have something a little bit more substantial Sunday night. We'll see. Again, it's a fine-tuned detail, a little far out to discuss those kind of details at this point, but at least we know what their systems are. And up until that point, we're not dealing with anything too heavy, just maybe some scattered showers and storms along a couple cold fronts. It looks like one of those being today, and again on Friday. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for April 9th, 2019. Have a great Tuesday.